Well, Felix, that's the end of another difficult Formula E race for you, the first ever Zürich E-Prix. A good start initially, going fastest in free practice, but then in the end not the result you wanted.
Yeah, I think the starting position today was mainly due to being in the first qualifying group, where it seems always to be a little bit of a disadvantage. I think I pulled a pretty good lap out, and it was only enough for P10. We saw some other guys being the same. So, but yeah, P10 was still not, a disaster. Starting the race, I think I was P8 in the first lap. Got some positions. Then in the middle, or with a couple of laps to go in the first stint, I came into turn 1 and Jeb was behind me, and he was going very quick at the time, so I decided to let him go because I didn't want to waste time or energy, and somehow he didn't sort of go for it when I let him go, and then I thought, okay, the corner is mine then, and I turned in, and then in the last moment he just really braked late, and to the characteristic of the corner it was sort of hard for me to go anywhere, and I didn't want to go into him either because then we both would crash, so ended up with me crashing into the wall and he going around unscattered, so yeah, had to look at that. But yeah, otherwise I think the car was pretty good today. It was feeling quite nice in the first stint. Yeah, so that's it. A good opportunity today, but yeah, not much more to say.
Now, perhaps not very surprisingly, you are now mathematically out of the title race in Formula E for this season. Any lessons to be learned for the future as we stand here and now?
Yeah, I think so. I think also we have learned many of the lessons already during the season, but we're sort of running into new things every race these days, it seems like. So a little bit of a bad circle at the moment. But yeah, we had everything from technical issues, driver mistakes, pure bad luck, I would say sometimes, and sometimes a little bit bad performance as well in the car. So yeah, it's been a tough couple of races lately, and yeah, I think there's a lot to learn from it, and mainly, winning a championship is done by being consistently in the points, and I think the last 5 races we have scored like, I don't know, 5 points or something, so definitely not what we wanted, but anyways, we have one more weekend with a double header. We were quite strong in New York last year, so just try to end the season in a better way than this, and yeah, hopefully we can have a final podium before it closes.
And still a silver lining in terms of pace. You set the second quickest lap in this race, and I think we should say a word or two about the event as such. This was the first race, the first motor race on Swiss soil for 64 years, and you were a part of it. What about this experience as such?
Yeah, it's been a fantastic event here in Zurich, I have to say. It's always quite cool when you're nearby the water, first of all, which I always like. Reminds a bit of Monaco and tracks like that. Then, Switzerland has always been a big part of motorsport, even if they haven't hosted races. There's been a lot of Swiss drivers and Swiss partnerships inside the racing. So, for example, Julius Baer, it's a Swiss company, and yeah, it's just felt really strange that we never had a race here, and yeah, finally that trend is over, and I hope they will go to do not only Formula E but other racing events as well. So yeah, it's been cool.
New York next then?
New York next. Yeah, one of the highlights of the year for sure. I think we were, yeah, as I said, we were quite quick there last year. We were running in Super Pole in the last race and going for P2 in the race 2. So yeah, hopefully we can just have some smiles there, because this weekend has been tough for all of us.